Welcome to Civics in a Year, the podcast that makes civic literacy fast, accessible, and surprisingly engaging. In just 10 minutes an episode, we'll tackle one of 250 essential questions about American democracy, how it works, why it matters, and what it means for you. Whether you're a student, a teacher, or just someone who wants to better understand your country and your rights, you're in the right place. Civics in a Year is powered by the Civic Literacy Curriculum from the Center for American Civics and is produced in partnership with the School of Civic and Economic Thought and Leadership at Arizona State University. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am really thrilled to get this started. This episode specifically is to introduce kind of our first section of podcasts. So our civic literacy curriculum is divided into sections, and section 1 of this is the principles of the American Republic. And since it is July, we thought it'd be appropriate to start with the Declaration of Independence. So really, we're just starting where it all began, with the Declaration and the core ideas that shaped our nation. So again, this first section is called Principles of the American Republic. It's about the beliefs that gave birth to American democracy, such as freedom, equality, natural rights, consent of the governed, and the idea that government should serve the people, not the other way around. Now, these ideas were not invented overnight. They were shaped by centuries of political thought, fierce debates, and real human experiences, and they still shape our lives today. So what are we going to answer in this first section of Civics in a Year? We'll start by unpacking the Declaration of Independence, what it actually is, why it was written, who wrote it, and we'll explore why that authorship matters, both then and now. You're going to learn why July 4th is more than just fireworks, parades, and hot dogs, why the date itself marks a powerful turning point in history. We'll examine why American colonies sought to separate from Great Britain. What were they upset about? What kinds of things were King George and Parliament doing that pushed them over the edge? We'll also tackle some of the big ideas of the document itself. So what does it mean when it says all men are created equal? What are unalienable rights and which ones are named in the Declaration? What can people do if their government becomes abusive or unjust? And what does it mean for a government to exist only by the consent of the governed? We'll examine how Enlightenment thinkers such as John Locke influenced revolutionary ideas in the Declaration and how those ideas contributed to shaping the Constitution and the U.S. system of government that followed. But the Declaration's influence doesn't just stop there. You're going to hear how it inspired democratic movements around the world, how Americans have used it to advocate for civil rights, and how it continues to resonate with questions of justice and identity today. We're also going to dig into 2 foundational concepts in American life, the rule of law, why that matters and how it protects freedom, also the economic system of the United States, including who shaped it and why it reflects certain founding ideals. So these are not just history questions. They're also civics questions. They help us understand who we are and who we want to be as a country. Now, James Madison is my favorite founding father, so I do have to quote him here. He said, "The advancement and diffusion of knowledge is the only guardian of true liberty." Now, the Declaration of Independence isn't just a relic behind glass that Nicolas Cage tried to steal in a movie. It's a living document, a promise that America has been trying to fulfill ever since 1776. Its words echo in the speeches of Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King Jr. They show up in courtrooms, classrooms, protest signs, and pledges. They remind us of what this country was meant to stand for. We're also going to explore other countries and liberation movements that use the Declaration as a model. We'll look at the colonists and the British and how they had pretty different views of what the colonies were entitled to. And also, again, how the Declaration continues to shape American values and our sense of identity. We're going to ask big questions about liberty, equality, justice, and opportunity, and how they play out in real life. So another founding father here, John Adams, once says, "Liberty once lost is lost forever." So really, that's why we're here, to understand it and to protect it. So on our next episode, we're going to dive deeper into the Declaration, what it says, why it was written, and how it lit the spark of revolution. We're going to examine the preamble, the list of grievances, and that bold conclusion that changed the world. If you'd like to follow along or take your learning further, we've got something for you, our civic literacy curriculum. This is a free K-12 resource designed to help teachers, families, learners, and really whoever build a strong civic foundation. Every section in the podcast is going to match a unit in the curriculum. So whether you're listening on your own or teaching in class, you'll have the tools to go deeper. I will be introducing every section to kind of help guide you here. All of these podcasts will be classroom friendly. They're going to be family friendly. And we really hope that you take something from them. So our curriculum, though, does include lesson plans and discussion guides, primary sources and key documents, and all of the questions that we're going to cover. On a personal note, the civic literacy curriculum was made even better by a group of 28 teachers called our civic literacy cohort. And if you listen to our podcast, the Arizona Civics podcast, some of them are on it. And they are practicing educators who took the civic literacy curriculum, which is modeled after the United States citizenship test, and made it accessible for kids in elementary school, all the way down to kindergarten, all the way up to high school. They created lessons for gifted students, for special ed students. It is such a labor of love, and these teachers are so incredible, and it makes us so proud to have this curriculum. Again, it's flexible, it's accessible, and it's totally free because we believe that civic education should be available to everyone. You can download the curriculum or explore by topic, starting by going to civics.asu.edu. And in all of our podcast episodes, anything that is mentioned will be in the show notes, any relevant links. And honestly, too, if you're interested in any of this stuff, the School of Civic and Economic Thought and Leadership at Arizona State University not only has bachelor's degrees, but they have a master's degree, and they also have certificate programs. Or if you're just looking to take a class because you want to learn more, they have so many classes led by incredible faculty who are top-notch in their field. I am really proud to start this project with the Declaration, especially because we're kind of starting our year leading up to America's 250th anniversary. So the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, which will be on July 4th, 2026. And we're really just excited because our democracy is worth understanding. So please subscribe, share, let us know the questions you'd like us to answer. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Civics in a Year. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and share it with someone who cares about a constitutional republic as much as you do. For more episodes, resources, and updates, follow us on social media or visit us at civics.asu.edu. Make sure to check out the show notes for any relevant links. Special thanks to the United States Marine Band for their performance of the Stars and Stripes Forever. Let's keep building a stronger constitutional republic, one episode at a time.